Margin Call is a movie that takes place over 24 intense hours inside a powerful investment bank on the brink of collapse. When a young analyst uncovers a deadly risk buried deep in the firm's books, it triggers a chain of decisions that will affect the entire global economy. But behind the suits, the boardrooms, and the billions are people facing impossible choices. And from this story, we draw 6 lessons about leadership, ethics, survival, and power. Lesson 1. Risk always lurks in the data.
What's going on? Look at this. Derek gave me this file before he left, and the last thing he said to me before the elevator doors closed was, "Be careful." Eric, Dale, and he told me that he couldn't quite figure it out. He said, "Be careful."
A young analyst named Peter Sullivan stays behind long after everyone else has left. He opens a file, a risk model. His former colleague slipped to him just before being fired. And then it hits him. The entire company is exposed, far beyond what's safe. A financial collapse is not just possible, it's inevitable. But no one else had seen it. The danger wasn't in some big dramatic event. It was in the quiet math, hiding in plain sight. In life and business, it's rarely the big things that bring us down. It's the small details no one thought to check. The lesson? Don't ignore the numbers. Pay attention to what others overlook. That's where the truth lives. Lesson 2. Leadership means listening to the unheard.
Yeah, like that. What do you think? Cool son.
With fear in his voice and certainty in his data, Peter tells his manager what he's found. The firm is on the verge of collapse. At first, there's disbelief, doubt. But slowly, his superiors start to realize the kid is right. He isn't a top executive. He doesn't run a team. But in this moment, he holds more truth than anyone else in the building. Leadership is not about having all the answers. It's about knowing when to listen, especially to the quietest voice in the room. How many crises could be avoided if leaders just stopped and listened? Not to the loudest, but to the most thoughtful. Lesson 3. Power doesn't always mean wisdom.
We're gonna do this thing.
Okay.
It's gonna be tight.
Is Sam on board?
Not yet. Sarah, I need a head to feed to the traders on the floor on the board.
Of course, you're well aware that I filtered several warnings to you and Cohen about this a year ago.
I really don't think that's the best path for you to take at this point.
In a high-rise boardroom, the most powerful men in the company gather overnight. They're dressed in suits, but behind their calm expressions is fear. The CEO, John Tuld, listens, nods, and quickly makes a chilling decision. Dump everything. Sell before the market knows. It's efficient, cold, calculated. But as you watch, one thing becomes clear. These men don't really understand the systems they're managing. They don't fully grasp the products, the models, the consequences. Yet they still control the outcome. Power doesn't always mean competence. Sometimes the ones with the most authority are the farthest from the truth. And that's what makes them so dangerous. Before we dive into the next lesson, do well to support this channel by subscribing and like this video. Lesson 4, it's just money until it isn't.
At what, let's say 50 miles an hour? So that's what? That's 134 million, 165,000.
In a conversation that feels more like a confession, John Tuld looks at his employees and says, "It's just money. It's made up. Pieces of paper with pictures on it." He's not wrong. The entire financial system, stocks, bonds, credit, profit, it's all built on belief, on trust, on perception. And when that belief cracks, it all falls apart. Money feels real until you realize it's just an idea backed by human confidence. In that moment, the movie reveals its most uncomfortable truth. The systems we worship are only as strong as the illusions we're willing to protect. Lesson 5, selling out to survive.
Hello, gorgeous.
Well, what's happening over there?
Well, today's moving now.
Sam Rogers walks into the trading floor with the weight of the world on his shoulders. He looks his team in the eye and asks them to do something brutal. Sell it all. Sell the worthless assets. Lie by omission. They'll be hated. They'll burn relationships. But it will save the company. Sam doesn't believe in it, but he leads anyway. Sometimes, leadership means carrying out the decision you hate because it's your job. It's a heartbreaking reality. In the real world, Doing what's right and doing what's necessary are rarely the same. And when survival is on the line, morals are often the first thing sacrificed. Lesson 6. The personal cost of corporate survival. The chaos is over. The decisions have been made. The trades have been done. The damage is irreversible. And now Sam Rogers is alone, digging a grave for his dying dog. If you've learned one or two important lessons from this video, do well to leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Every support you give is important.